Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm sorry to be late, folks, but I got caught by some sunrise coming across here this morning. I had to stop and take pictures. And to be honest with you, look at that scenery in front of you. When have you ever seen that in Barbados? I have never seen that exact scenery there. It looks like almost a low cloud on the water, but it's a sea spray with the sun that's penetrating the top of it that makes it look like a blanket of mist. I know you in the overseas countries would be familiar with that, but let me tell you, that is spectacular. And today is unbelievable. We have a beautiful, beautiful swell running. Anyone that's watching this as a surfer, make your way over to Soup Bowl and get some surf going, man. This has got to be unreal conditions. Smooth, smooth swells. Perfect, perfect conditions. Swells are looking definitely out of the southeastish, maybe. Looking lovely, lovely, lovely. So please get the opportunity and go out and enjoy today if you're a water person. Good morning to you all and welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. As I said, I took a little longer to get over here than I expected. I parked in Little Bay and I pretty much paced it all over here, but I got caught continuously by the sunrise, which I hopefully those pictures will come out that I can share with you all. Before we go any further, let us pray for our peace this morning. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. All right, immediately in front of us is Pico Tenerife. You can see all the chalk on the side of that mound there itself. This area here this morning coming across was extremely, extremely muddy. First of all, though, I know I have a disclaimer about darker makers, but please put on your darker makers right now because I'm about to introduce you to one of the most glorious sunrises you will ever see. So get ready. Here we go. It's like a golden path coming across the water crest. Hold that, man. Jeez. Now you understand why I got caught coming over here and didn't want to get over here in any big hurry. And why I've asked you all for a little delay. How beautiful is that, or what? Just stunning. All right, you know what? Let me do a quiet 360 here. I'm going to start the sun and end at the sun. So dark makers on. Let's go. There you go, completed. As I said before, I have never seen that mist like that. Just beautiful. And the reason is I don't normally come here for sunrise. I'm usually at a surf break or somewhere like that. But you know, we've done a sunrise here before, but we certainly didn't get a chance to see that because it was a very, very hazy day. So beautiful. Just look at the coastline here, man. Jeez. Woo. Talk about beautiful Barbados. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Can't go any further out in this point where I am. Very soft matter right now. So anyhow, we're going to start our walk. We're going to be going in a northerly direction today, and we're starting from exactly where we left off. So see, we have quite a few cows in with us today joining us. They must have heard we were coming here. And you know, here we go. Now, people, get ready to hold your breath the entire way down here because the sun shining up under this cliff is just incredible. Insane sceneries. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful morning. I'm going to use the word stunning. I'm going to say today is a stunning day. And I think that word fits it perfectly. There's so many words that you can use for what you're seeing. But what I'll also add on to there is excitement. Because the beauty out here, I have not seen the area that we're going to be going in, I would say, for about 10 years. And, you know, it hasn't changed any, but the beauty just blew me away this morning. I didn't want to go any further. I want to stop. But then I remembered, got to share this beauty with all of my friends and loved ones today for sure. I hope all of you all are well. And I hope you're all rested. Hope your eyes are focused well. I hope you have your glasses and your coffee and whatever meets your desire because we are going to be doing a long one this morning. I would estimate somewhere close to 40 minutes. So get ready, buckle in, start, projectors on. Here we go. All right, we're in a point called Paul's Point. That's where we're standing right now. And this bay here is called Corbin's Bay. Now I've done a little brushing up on my bays and beaches on the north, because to be honest with you, I would call this Pico Tenerife, bam, full stop, done with that. Cove Bay, Pico Tenerife, and then I would start at Little Bay. But in between there's a lot of names as well. The swells that are coming through here are just absolutely perfect. So hikologists, today you're surfologists. And for Mr. Stout and Burke and all you all know where to go. Look at these conditions and look at the ground swell that's coming through here. Absolutely perfect. Don't know how big it's going to be, but I know the conditions will be amazing. Just to show you this bay again, we have been blessed with a semi-low tide. Low tide was just, I think somewhere just after 4, later part of 4 o'clock this morning. So we're seeing a fairly low tide and we're able to see a lot more. Now, as you all know, I love low tide for that reason. That we're able to show you things that you would not see when it was high tide. And to be honest with you, yes, I want to come over here when it's rough. But right now, I want to share this beauty with you in calm conditions so you can see how lovely these cliffs are. And without having to run back from the cliff from big sea spray and stuff. Lots of chalk on this cliff. Now, as I said, it is very little surface out here on top of the coral. And it holds water for long periods of time. I just came across that flat section out there and it felt like a marsh. Now, I don't know when they've last had rain up here, but right where I'm walking now is very soggy. So you will get stuck up out here if you're in a standard car, I would think, somewhere out in these fields, possibly, because it is very, very mucky and sticky. But you can see how moist it is here now. And we haven't had rain in this area for a little while, but all of the moisture is still being held in the soil. And that's because there's really nowhere for it to go except for through coral, which is a very slow filtration, as we all know. Just stunning scenery out here, my goodness. All right, we are starting in the Cove Bay area again. We are in the parish of St. Lucie. This area was very, see all the water out here, wow. This area was very, very popular at one time for excursions and picnics and stuff. It has lost its popularity over the years. I'm not sure really why, because it hasn't really changed. I guess there are a few less trees than there used to be. But otherwise that, same beauty. Maybe people have just got a little more, little concerned about coming across the pasture on the cart roads as being a consistent thing. So a lot of people don't plan to come across there really anymore. Maybe they'll just come if they're small groups and they're flexible. But if they're planning a big organized picnic as they used to in the past, they'll probably look somewhere that's more guaranteed. Look at how beautiful these cliffs are. Now all of these rocks here at high tide will be undercover. You can see that with the moss formation on top of them. So you're able to see things now that you would not normally see at high tide. And this is why I always recommend low tide when you're viewing the coastline in this island. Because you're treated to scenery that you would not see. You would see beaches wider than you will ever see them. And you'll be able to go around points that you could not normally go around. I know my angel is on this morning, so before I go any further, good morning, my love. It's great to have you with me. And for all of my friends and family and loved ones, good morning to all of you all. It's great to have you with me. I'll tell you, my day would not be the same without you in a part of it, that's for sure. All right, everyone out here, I think, owns a cow. Well, pretty much so. There are lots and lots of cows out here, but I know for sure a lot of farmers are located in these homes here. There seems to be a fairly heavy presence of cows today, which is a good thing. I'd like to see that down here for sure. All right, we're going to have to walk around a little bit here. As you can see, there's water. Lots of water in this section. And this is, as I said, I don't know when they had rainfall. They could have had some yesterday. Not too sure. Didn't really check the north of the island. Well, we have a good walk for you all guys today. We're going to be looking back a little bit, but we're going to be watching because of that sun. That sun is going to be blinding. But I'm going to be showing you that on occasions. But the scenery is really in front of us this morning, where all of the shadows have been removed by the sun. And you're able to see all of the little caves and creases in the cliffs, which are beautiful. Alright, this is Corbin's Bay that we're actually in now. There's no sand down here whatsoever. But it is, I guess it may have been at one time. I don't remember ever really seeing sand in this area, to be honest with you. Our next inlet into the island is going to just take your breath away. Unless you have been on these cliffs and walked between Little Bay and Cove Bay, you're just going to be breathless in a few seconds' time. But we're not going to talk about it anymore because we can let that remain until you see it. Because out here is so flat, you won't see it until we get on it. which is the amazing thing about here as well. Isn't it just stunning with this sunshine at this angle? You see the overhead sun you would never see like this. I know the overhead sun is really good for photography and stuff, but the peace and the serenity and the quietness of 6 o'clock or this time of morning is just unmatched at any time of day. I don't have any fears about wearing a mask, not wearing a mask today. I don't have any fears about anything out here. There's no one within my area whatsoever. So there's a freedom that right now is very rare to find, and is a freedom that I love, and it's a freedom that I want to share with you all. Alright, that water catchment area there, when we're in rainy season, that will be right up to the actual edges, and that will last for months, even going into dry season. However, for the last few years it has never really made the top because we've been suffering from our average rainfall, but hopefully this year it will, because that's where a lot of cattle get the water and stuff from. These guys out here take care of this cattle incredibly, so it's not that they're not going to get water, because they do. These fellas out here feed these here all the time. You can always see them out here on the pasture taking care of them. As you can see, you can also drive over here to 4x4. I wouldn't encourage it, because I don't really think you should drive on this cliff out here, especially going into where we're going. But you know, it's a little bit risky as well for those of you that may not have 4x4s and get encouraged to come and do something out here. You can drive it in a car. I used to for many years before I had my first war wagon. Alright, now we're coming into the other zone that I mentioned just now. Wow, this sun is so warm. I feel I could pull out my long chair now and get a suntan right here for sure. The sun is warm, warm, warm. I can actually feel the rays on me. It's beautiful. I get a suntan on my right hand side only today though. I have to adjust that later on. Alright, here we go. You're going to start seeing what I was mentioning to you all before. This is just a beautiful, beautiful spot. It's called Landlocked, and this is a cove that goes right up into the island, quite a considerable way. Just beautiful scenery. Now you will see the lower cliffs there, the lower ledge that we had walked around a little bit on in Little Bay before. I wouldn't do it today because there are unusual swells that are coming through. One time it's coming through really small, the other time it's coming through with a big swell coming through. It's coming up over the actual lower cliff area, so we won't be doing that shelf today for sure. But that is a shelf that we're going to walk from Little Bay right up to the Landlocked. So that is something that we plan for coming into a little further in summer, when you see conditions drop off a little bit, especially with low winds too, which would be wonderful. You can get it with all these sea spray and stuff and carry a real high resolution for you. Can't get a signal down there, so it won't be in a live, but that doesn't mean you're going to miss it. I can guarantee you that. Everywhere you look out here is beauty. You don't have to look at the ocean. You can look at those hills and just see natural beauty. Everything is so lush and green and perfect at the moment. It's just beautiful. Barbados is 100% beautiful right now. Not 99.99, 100%. Just beautiful. And I don't think she ever goes below 99.9%, by the way. That is my low scale for Barbados. Look how beautiful this place is. Haven't seen it yet though. When you go around the corner here, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's spectacular. I hope you all are able to see well. You know, yesterday we had some issues with some signal. We're not getting any signal issues down here now, I don't think, because there are quite a few towers in this general area. There's one just out there by Pike Corner that seems to be pretty powerful one. We went over on that section last week or the week before. Can't remember. Time for me just merges. I can't really tell you a day unless I have something pending, an appointment or something. Otherwise that is another day. And then I do know Sunday for sure. That's my rest day. Well, I wouldn't say my rest day because I scout on that. I did about 5 hours of scouting on Sunday. But you know, I mean, what better way to rejuvenate yourself than to just douse yourself with the beauty of Barbados. Don't worry, we're not leaving here. We're going over the other side. There's a walkway going down. Just want to show you what it looks like from here. And then we'll make our way down. Still haven't seen the full inlet yet, but it's just spectacular. As I said before, the cliffs or anything. And with the light that we have right now, it's the perfect light. The afternoon light, you wouldn't see this here. Even midday light, you wouldn't see this here because the overhead light would affect it. But you're seeing as clear and as beautiful as you could possibly want. I know we only go up in 720, but I can assure you that out here is spectacular. You need to come here if you're able to do any kind of walking. You know, if you're able to do a little walking, it's not treacherous, so just take your time. I wouldn't recommend anyone with a walker, anyone with a walking stick. I wouldn't recommend that. But I would say if you are fairly stable on both feet and you're secure, I would recommend you take this walk out here for sure. It's beautiful, just beautiful. You know, it's because of the EMC, because of the journey, and because of you all that I'm seeing this here. Because if not, I may never have seen this again in my life. You know, because I found myself just becoming, you know, fixed in one area and enjoying one area mainly and not looking all around. So it's beautiful to be back out here again. Just gorgeous. All right, let's make our way down our footpath now. Again, out here is slippery, so you all are going to need something fairly solid. I would recommend hikers, if you're coming to Barbados, bring hikers, because you are going to get encouraged into areas that you would not normally think you would go. Especially after seeing these videos now, or these vlogs, you will be seeing places that I know for sure have made their way onto your list for your next visit in Barbados. Maybe not all of you, but I know a lot of you will be out here for sure. But just to show you what kind of thing we're going down, you know, I like to prepare you. It is slippery because there's a lot of chalk and stuff in this surface here, so you have to be wary. And as I said, it does hold a lot of water as well. I'm hearing some blowholes breathing just over here to our side. We do have nature breathing for you in a high resolution video that I'll bring you next time that I'm unable to make it out on live. And that was up on the lower cliffs up by College Savannah. You can actually hear nature breathing, the inhaling and the exhaling of the blowholes. Just amazing. It's a little teaser for you, just so you know I haven't forgotten you. But the day that I can't make it out here, I have something very special for you lined up. Not sure the signal is down in this little trough here. I'm going to try and make my way up as quick as possible. If you are seeing a lower resolution, don't worry, later on it will be up on Facebook and YouTube, and it should be in good quality right through. That's only if you're not seeing it now. You see, this is the kind of climbing that we do. Loose rocks again. This is what I warn you about as well. That these will roll from under you. They may feel secure. If you step on these badly, you'll go down. There we go. Back on the flatlands. Isn't this place beautiful? Look at the swell, guys. You all know what's going on there. Alright, for you that have been over the Cove Bay, that have driven past the horses in the paddock, this is the back of the paddock. I'll do a 360 for you shortly. You can see all the dew on the grass, just beautiful. This is all dew, not rain, but dew. It's glistening just beautifully in the sunlight. And on the mill wall, you all will know going into Pico Tenerife, to Cove Bay. That's it over there in the distance. You're seeing through the trees. So you now have your exact bearing of where we are, if you're familiar with this area. And as you can see, it has been driven by a 4x4, so it is accessible. But I wouldn't do it because, you know, this is like behind someone's farm, so I wouldn't encourage really driving this area. But here we go. This is the beauty I was talking about. Just stunning scenery. one of the 360 specials, something that we've become sort of like known for. 360 is almost like saying my favorite word, as you all would know. They come together, you know, and I love to watch in the morning when everyone is trying not to say it, you know, in the comments, you know, they'll beat all around the bush, but they'll end up saying it. So I don't know, I'm not too sure, but it seems to be infectious for sure. But look at the scenery and look at the beautiful clarity we're getting with this sunrise this morning. Oh my word, how lovely. Alright, when we get over the other side by the point, we will look back into this cove and show you the cliffs from the other side as well. But right now, the sun is just blistering coming through there, so you won't be able to see it too well for sure. If you like nature, you're in heaven now. If you don't like nature, well, you're probably not as happy as most of us, because this is a beautiful, beautiful place. I'm going to walk and let you hear what we hear. Now, admittedly, you're going to hear my boots, but I don't have any choice over that. So this is what you would hear when you're walking if you had on your 4x4s and strolled out here. So here we go. You can hear all the little birds all around. Just having a wonderful time with the daybreak this morning. Just beautiful. Alright, we're going to stay right on the cliff line because I don't want you to miss any of the beauty as we're going across here. I could have come through a shortcut to get up to where I was going, but there's no way that I could miss taking the pictures this morning. I'm really hoping they turn out well, because if so, we'll have a magnificent sunrise for you. Didn't take a lot of them because I was conscious of the time, but I took a few. Just look at these swells on the outside. You know, last time we were down here, there were none of them. Admittedly, it is low tide, so you might be seeing more of a break-in swell now than you would normally. If it was high tide, you'd probably see more of a actual swell coming rather than breaking. But it's just beautiful. So you see, we've come quite a ways. Now, looking from here, you might not even know you could get to where we were, but you can get all along this cliff. That is not a problem. And as you'll see, there are also a few of our PVC tubings put up out here, so you would know this is a healthy catching area. St. Lucie is beautiful. If my fisherman friend Christopher is on this morning, sir, this side of the island looks lovely. I know the south has on some sargassum and you were affected yesterday, but come over to the north, my friend. You'll be over here and enjoying some beautiful sea conditions today. There is, as I said, sargassum out here, but it's mainly right in on the cliff itself, as you will see. There's nothing floating. Look how beautiful these little waves are breaking on this cliff, though. Phew! Look at this one here. Surfers, get your boards today for sure. Conditions are looking beautiful. Unless this wind picks up, you're going to have an amazing day over at Soup Bowl. Right, in the distance here, you see those coconut trees. That's where we're going to end up. That is the little bay area. So as you can see, we're only about halfway really walking wise, maybe just a little over half. But we have so much beauty to bring to you, so you're not going to get bored, I hope. Remember, if you have an appointment or something, or if you could barely get on here and say hi and then go, come back later on. We'll be up in the high resolution, the 720 on Facebook, and we'll put it up on YouTube with the best quality we can get it up on, just for you. Doesn't make any difference if you're not here, if you're live. Of course, we want you to be here, but if you're not, it's nothing major, because you can always come back and watch it later on. You won't be able to chat continuously with your friends, but you will certainly be able to see this beauty. All right, listen to these birds around here. I'm going to keep quiet and walk for a little bit. Now, I was mentioning to you that they had the water out here. It's very soggy. All this here is like marshy field. You know, when you step in this area, you're actually going on a little bit, because it's definitely held its water on it. I don't know if they must have had overnight rain or something, because it's quite wet. There's some areas that you can actually see the water above the growth. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful St. Lucie. I don't want to give you a 360 yet. Can't spoil you with too many of them. I want to do one on the point out here for you though. Let me show you that in a minute. But you can now have a better look over at the Cove Bay as we're working our way up, because the sun angle is giving us the chance to do so. Beautiful. Now the point we're going on to is called Charcoal Point. Don't ask me how it got its name. I'm only repeating what it's called. I didn't even know all these names existed, to be honest with you. It's only recently I started to look a little bit more at this map that I have, a very detailed map that I have of the island, and it gives me all of the old bays and stuff. So we're going to be enriching the conversations on this side of the island with a little more information for you. Information that I never used before. You know, I just call it a general area. I didn't know all of these seasonal beaches that I refer to have actual names, but they do. You can see how like the overhang is just right here as well. So you got to be careful on these cliffs, huh? Because as you can see, that's overhung quite a bit, and it is soft matter. It's not a solid coral by any means. I'll show you a little further on, but what I'm talking about is the not being solid and being dangerous. All right, this is our 360 point for you all now. So enjoy yourself. I'm going to give you a little bit of silence, and I'm going to rotate our angle this time. All right, I see you all trying y'all's best to make me say something, you know, but I'm going to hold that back, and I'm going to drop the chat on you when I get home for sure. And you know, look at that coastline with that same mist that I was talking about, the sea spray with the early morning. It is just breathtaking. And look at the cliffs here as well. Goodness gracious. Talk about beautiful. Gotta be joking. This is as beautiful as it gets. I have always been a Bajan. When I say that, obviously born. But I'm talking about, I don't just think that I am born on this earth. I feel I'm a part of this earth. I'm an element of this island. And every time that I see it, it just takes my breath away. I haven't seen this for a lot of time, as you all know. But I'll come back here next week and be blown away the same way. Because this beauty is something that just comes and melts my soul. Stunning. Stunning, breathtaking, spectacular, mesmerizing. You all can use them all. I know some of y'all been using some words that I do not dare pronounce, because I not only make a laugh and sport of myself, but I'll also bite my tongue for sure, without a doubt. So you all continue with them, I will continue with my simple ones. And we're going to continue with our walk. Just beautiful this morning. Sea conditions look as though, although it's not a north swell, because you could see the angle on it is most definitely coming out of the southeast. It's spectacular. I don't know if that storm up there is pushing something down this direction. It looks that way to me, because they're thick and they're definitely looking lovely. And the angle of them is perfect. So I keep referring back to it all the time, because I am also a surfer, bodyboarder. Have done that since I was 16 years old, and sort of like faded off it a little bit now, because my interest and my desire, my passion, and my journey is in another area. And this journey that I'm on, I dedicate myself 1000% to. Anywhere that God shines a light, I will follow. I can assure you of that. Rough, rugged, soft terrain. Definitely, I just went about heel deep down in some soft textured area. Beautiful though. So folks, we're going to say it as we always do. This is what you can do when you come to Barbados. You do not need to go, well, sorry, let me rephrase this all over again. This is what I would do if I were coming to Barbados. Because I would not want to have to walk around with a mask. I would not like to have to sit on a beach with a lot of people. It's just not my desire right now. You know, I will go on the beach, of course, but that's not where I will spend all my time. I will most definitely come out and enjoy this kind of natural beauty. Stunning, stunning landscape. And as you all have seen, we go all over the island. And early in the morning, you don't see anyone. You can pick your time. You're not saying not to go on the beach. Go on the beach, but enjoy some of this either first or after. But this is the ridge here that we can be taking in when we start to go around this point, around this island, on this lower elevated ridge that we talk about. But it's going to take the right day. You don't come out here on a day where you're unsure. Like today wouldn't do it. Not with a tropical system to the east of us, because I don't know what will happen and what direction that it may not come down. It will not come down, very unlikely. I can't say it will not definitely, but it's unlikely. But it can push a lot of swells down. So I wouldn't walk on this lower elevation on a day like today for sure. It would be very risky. If you get a rogue swell that's coming through, there's no escape between Little Bay and up there where we just were. So you'll be in a lot of trouble if you're out here and a swell starts to come through. And you're going to see it coming, because you're going to be on that level and you're going to see it. You can see how the surge is coming through here now. Now, you know, normally this might not look like anything, but you do not know what's coming in. You can see there are lines being pushed off of the system for sure. Definitely a little bit of a storm swell here for you guys. Beautiful conditions, oh goodness. I'm doing this on the left, the right switch in the hands today, because this one is a good one. Got my hands working. Oh, don't worry about your mouth. Your mouth is seasoned. It is trained. It's probably the fittest part of my body. Should hear me talking to myself when I'm answering your comments on a day. I can tell you, they will commit me to a padded cell for sure and a straight jacket. But look at what we're going to see here. You see, these are the things you will not see at high tide. You will not see any of this here at high tide. You can clearly see where the moss is growing and growing healthy. So that definitely will be out of your range. The blowholes out here are incredible too. You're not going to see too many of them today. We may see a few of them because there is a good swell coming through. But it's beautiful. Alright, we're going to go on again. All this matter here, there's no solid coral here. You can clearly see, I'm going to try and show you the shelf without going too far out myself. But it's all very, very soft matter. There's no solid, what you're seeing right here on the surface is what this is made up of, just compacted. It's not a solid coral as you're seeing in the below section. So this area is very vulnerable to any types of slippage and stuff, so you don't want to be going too close to this cliff. It looks beautiful. You may want to get a little further out for that vantage point or your photo opportunity, but you may take a photo that's on a falling mode, so please do not do that. Just stunning. Alright, I'm going to let you enjoy some of the sounds here for a minute, and some of the views. Big swell coming in. Here we go. Look at this set coming in. Fellas, get your boards. I would definitely like to be surfing this today for sure. See how the day goes. I don't have the nerve that I used to have by any means, and I certainly don't have the fitness level, so I don't really go in challenging conditions anymore. You know, you have to be wary of what you're doing. I don't want to go out anywhere and panic, because I know that is the worst thing to possibly do, so I make sure not to put myself in those situations. At one time I really didn't care too much about tomorrow, so surfing for me was fine. I really didn't care. All it was mattered to me was surfing. But now my life, as I said, is taking a big shift into a much, much more beautiful and rewarding life. There you go, big sets coming through. Look at the size of the sets here. Just lovely. Just perfect conditions to come up here and show you all this. Low tide with a smooth, big surf coming in. Just glorious. I would imagine this swell will probably get bigger. It looks that way to me. Definitely bigger than yesterday for sure. All these overhangs, man. Look at them, see? Just be wary, please. These things are almost, I can't say they're paper thin, but they surely look as though they're very, very fragile. Alright, we're coming into Blowhole City, which is a little bay just in front of us, so we'll probably see something there now going on. For those of you that were on the other morning, when I did a little bit of extra, I was just around the point here. That's where we were. We didn't make it this far up because it was definitely wouldn't have got the signal. Just beautiful conditions though. Any of you water lovers and nature lovers, you all gotta be in your all's glee right now for sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk this cliff. I'm gonna leave you the blowhole so you can enjoy that. I see a big set coming through. A very good size set here coming through. So we're gonna watch as it hits in here. There you go. Just beautiful scenery. You can look right down the coast today. No problems with visibility. Not like last couple of times that we've been out on these cliffs where we haven't really seen the whole coastline. You can see the entire coastline today for sure. And the sunlight's giving us a beautiful angle on it. Alright, we're going to make our way over to the little bay now. And from there we'll see some blowholes for sure. And we'll be able to have a look at all the reef structure over there, which is beautiful at low tide, which we saw last time we were here. I'm not really going to turn you into the sun too much because you will be blinded for sure. Wow, look at the size of these sets for true. Sets are getting bigger, man. Bigger than when he first came for sure. Oh yeah. Now look at this line of coral here in this lower shelf. Just look at this. Now this is where we were when we did the video, our second little add-on last week. I think it was last week, yeah. That's where we were standing in that area. Now there's no way that I would venture around there right now. It looks safe and everything, but with unpredictability of a system to the east of us, you don't mess around with lower shelves at this time. No matter how good it looks. You never know. You know the thing about this island, it's the first landmass out in the Atlantic. They come to it from the swells anyhow. So there's no warning from any other islands as there is with the North Swell. There's a big cold front swell coming down. It's hitting up in Puerto Rico and then it feeds its way down the island chain. You get reports. You don't get any reports about here. You base it on what the satellite imagery is, the strength of the system, and that's it. So you have no indication of what is coming until it's on you. You know it's a swell or not a swell, but you don't know the for sure size. You know, we have all these surf lines and all the different surfing companies that give us information, but they're not always accurate. We've seen that in the past. We've been told a big swell is coming, it doesn't come. And then we're told a medium swell is coming and it's huge. So, you know, we don't take chances on this ocean for sure. Especially on this side of the island. The east and the north, no, you don't mess with this side for sure. No warnings whatsoever. See the war wagon is all neatly parked in a high area of visibility so that it is probably the safest point to be. Didn't park it down inside where it could have gone. But, you know, I've got to be wary of it. Don't have anything of value in it, but if someone breaks the window to find nothing of value, it's still going to cost me some money. Not that that happens all over the island, so please don't think that I'm trying to say that that is a problem here, but it is a possibility. Happens to you back home, so it can happen anywhere. All humans around us, you have different motives and different intentions. All right, you will see the weak matter here. This is all eaten away by water running. over time. This is like a lot of rainfall that comes in the higher elevation and that will run down here, and you can see how easy it eats its way down through this section. And this will show you it looks more like a marl rather than coral. So you have to be real careful because slippage out here is very easy. This whole area is very, very soft. So you just want to be wary out here because all these rocks in here are loosely compacted. They're not tight. So these can slip off real easy. So I'd like to warn you about that. But look at it in front of us. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. All right, we're going to make our way down a little easier descent. Just give me a minute. Just going to go around the back here. Something somewhat a little bit easier. Don't want to be rolling down with this and you all laughing at me this morning. I know it will have concerns for a lot of you though, let me tell you. Alright, so you have many different ways of getting up this cliff, but I would seriously recommend, if you're able to walk what you've seen, to take the opportunity to come over here and enjoy this because it is spectacular, really spectacular. Good swell running this morning for sure. Just beautiful, beautiful morning. Low tide, because where we're standing right now is normally water at high tide. You can actually see where the high tide mark was here, where the sand that's being moved around. And as you know, if you want to go through to that pool, through that hole, you'll make your way across here and hold on the cliff as you're going across and make your way through that hole. But I would recommend you have on some strong beach shoes, not flip-flops by any means, because over the other side has corals similar to what we're seeing here, but a little bit sharper in that water area because it doesn't have much sand on it and stuff. Let me see if I can do something here for you. 1 minute. And just give me a sec, folks. Sorry for the long stall, but I really ain't come prepared to do this, but I would like to do it, so let's see if we can get it done. Let me leave you for a couple of seconds and let you enjoy some of the scenery here with me. All right, good to go now. All righty, here we go. Now we can't swim today, but we are certainly going to take a cool off because I could definitely use a little cool off after that humidity level that I was just experiencing out there and stuff. So this is the only place that is deemed as safe to swim here. However, where we are is the actual place where the water usually comes in. So people will be swimming here and not where we're going to sit down now. So be wary, because if a swell comes in here, you will get sucked out through that point and you'll be in a lot of trouble. So what you see, do not do. But the water, all the sand under me is extremely soft. Yeah, very, very soft sand, because this is all fresh sand. So I am sitting in it right now, just so you will be able to see that I am not fabricating the truth. I am actually in the water. So we're going to do our 360. This is it, our water 360. Here we go. See the size of the swell, how it's sucking back there and coming over. So this is what will catch you off guard if you're not careful. Right now it's okay, but the tide, when it gets a little higher, they're going to come straight in here. All this sand is going to start getting pulled out. So you understand, if you're in the pool here where I am, you will get pulled out as well. So be careful of that. You know, this is a beautiful place for us to say our farewells for today. I've had an amazing time. Thank you for staying on with me through the delayed time of taking off my shoes and stuff, but I have all my 4x4s. I didn't have on beach shoes today, so I couldn't just walk in the water. And just to give you an indication of, I'm not going to walk over there without shoes for sure, because over there is like razor sharp. But just to give you an indication of how deep these areas are. And it's the same matter that we are walking on. You will see there are like just rocks that have been compacted together. This is not a solid, this is solid coral mass. And this is not solid coral mass. Alright, so this whole area is like a collection of rocks and chalk and stuff over the years. And as you can see, it's not that strong. Really is not that strong. So you all be very careful out here. But these are the two forming caves. I don't know if they'll ever go right through. I'm not too sure. It all depends on kind of sea conditions and what kind of time frame you're looking at. But they're not going to go through this week for sure. Alright, you all have seen the absolute best of Barbados as far as I'm concerned. We will see many places that will be as beautiful, as stunning, and as breathtaking as we've seen today. But we're not going to see anywhere that can be classified as being a more beautiful or breathtaking place than what you're seeing. And that is for sure. The views that you have envisioned today are what you and hundreds of thousands of people pay a fortune and save all their lives to come and see. I am just showing you so that instead of you coming here and wasting your time in Barbados, going to places that you're not familiar with, the intentions of the EMC is to show you everything. So that when you come to Barbados, you can literally have your entire vacation scheduled and planned so you don't waste anything. And you know, it's always nice to go around and explore, but you're still exploring. If you've not been to these places, you're exploring. I've just given you a little vision of what we have to offer so that you can come here and have a different vacation to what you normally have. You know, Barbados is by no means just the sand and the sea. It is no way. It's just more beautiful than that, far more beautiful than that. The beauty of Barbados is like taking a huge country and compacting it down, all the beautifulness down into a little small 166 square miles. That is what Barbados is all about. And we have breathtaking scenery. We have a peacefulness and a calmness that you're going to find it difficult to find anywhere else in the world. Anyway, folks, have a wonderful day. Remember that this peace that we are seeing today, not many are fortunate enough to do so. Maybe 100 people on who would have viewed it today would think somewhere in that range, maybe 90s to 100s. But beyond that, no one else was going to see this here, not this morning. They will see it through time on YouTube and stuff. But you have the opportunity to take what you have seen here today and put it into your life. And that is start with peace, and start with joy, and start with beauty. And most of all, start with gratitude. Because you must be grateful for seeing these little things, even if you can't experience them yourself. You know, just be grateful for God's blessings for all of us and the beauty that He has created naturally and He has formed on this island. There's no question in my mind that Barbados is one of God's favored countries. There's no question about that at all. I hear a lot of people saying that God is a Bajan. I don't know about God being a Bajan, but I know one thing for sure. His heart is here in this rock, because look at the creations that He's designed for us. And you look at the way He has protected us with these offshore reefs and stuff from any large swells and any damage from that area. You'll have a wonderful day, everyone. I wish you all peace. I send all my love to you all. Remember, today is a brand new day. You can start your slate. You can sharpen up your pencil. Always use a pencil, because tomorrow you may want to erase some of it. Don't do everything and make sure it can never change. Be flexible. Make sure that whatever you plan today, that you can change if it needs to be. You follow your own light. I'm not going to tell you where your light's shining from, but I know for sure that everyone follows the light. You follow your light if it's positive. You enjoy your day, and you remember the beauty of things like this here, with this sun coming off of here, making it look like a mirror, with this beautiful moss, this lovely sea, and this God-blessed fresh air that I'm breathing out here right now. This one is definitely going to be for you all. So here we go. Beautiful air mixed with warm sunshine, mixed with a coat of sea spray, mixed with all my love, all my blessings, and all my good wishes, and I'm sending them to you. Have a great day, everyone. Love you all. See you all tomorrow morning.